Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to set these drivers loose for another wild evening of racing action here from the Speed Palace. It is Port Royal Speedway here, the home of the best tour. Here this evening as these drivers ready to rock and roll, the pro late models out there on the racetrack, getting their last few moments of practice in before we get ready to set them loose here. Qualifying up next, and then we'll see them jump straight in to our heat race action. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in for another amazing show, another amazing race right here in front of us for another wild evening of racing action here from the dirt track of Port Royal Speedway. Oh, chat, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a good time. We're going to see some great racing action here all evening long as these drivers duke it out lap after lap after lap after lap out there on the racetrack. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're in for a treat here. These late models, one of the best shows in motorsports here, especially from Port Royal Speedway. And they're looking to put on an amazing race, an amazing show, an amazing event here for us this evening with the best of the best tour back in action. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, let's get it, baby. Let's go, chat. Oh man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a good time as drivers rolling out onto the racetrack here for their qualifying efforts. See Jeremy Vaughn in the Heartland Harley-Davidson NLR machine. Going to get a quick reset right there in his House of Speed ride as he rolls out onto the racetrack. We see the P61, that's the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs ride of Josh Peacock. Aiden Schulte out there on the racetrack as well, looking for a good run out of the 19. Chris Hill in the 5H machine, looking for a good run here this evening as well as he gets his car hooked up and ready to rock and roll, trying to work himself to the front of the field as Bradley Means out there on the racetrack in the Brad's Wraps. Number 0B looking for a good run here as well. James Murphy out there on the racetrack currently with the quick time here in qualifying. Lon Franks and his DWR, iRacing, iFlag, Evil One Graphics, J&D Landscaping. Number 10 ride right there as well. River Burke looking for a good run out of the 73 ride up into that second spot as Jeremy Vaughn in the 3 ride into that third position on the racetrack is Brycey Bear Bryce Dickinson in his Grip Hackney Live NLR House of Speed number 84 ride. The Papa Mike Promotions machine up into that 4th position here in qualifying. Christian White out there on the racetrack in the 07. Dylan Murray, Joshua Ely out there in his Milner Median Design 09 Laser Engraving 09 machine. Joshua Ely looking for a good ride. Brandon Blackman in the Black Diamond Mafia Majula A Speed Shop number 28 looking for a good run. Bobby Murray out there in his Fox Racing 66 ride looking for a good run. Jeremy Akins out there as well as didn't see any no Jamie Massey here tonight, so maybe a bit of a break for these drivers. No Jamie Massey out there. Michael King coming in showing the love. What's good, Michael? Michael says, how's it going, brother? How's it going, Michael? How you doing, my dude? Coming in showing the love. My boy Matty Fletchel coming in with the hey, what's up, Matty? What's up, my boy? Michael King with the like on the stream. Matt Fletchel, Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson, Matt Taylor all coming in with the heart reactions. Albert Anderson with that like on the stream. Eddie Farnes coming in with that like as well. Wayne Pierce with the heart reaction and the share time. Dickinson coming in with that heart reaction on the broadcast as well as we get ready to set these drivers loose. We get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments as we'll get ready to set them loose. We'll go back to battle here on the evening as our second race, our second broadcast of the evening. We saw the championship race for the Outcast Racing League earlier in the evening with an absolutely amazing finish from Talladega Super Speedway for the championship. Came down to 3/1000ths of a second there in that race, and I expect nothing less than that here in this one as well as we'll get them all ready to rock and roll here. Tyler Briggs rolling out there on the racetrack. He's getting done his qualifying run here in that number 31 machine. Up into position number 2 here with the second quickest lap time on the racetrack. Jeremy Akins going to roll back out there in his DWR number 57 ride looking for another good run. Wayne Pierce not out there on the racetrack. Matt Fletchel up in the admin booth, making the tough calls up there in the booth, making sure all these drivers stay under control out there on the racetrack. So this should slowly but surely bring an end to our qualifying session. We'll get ready here for heat race number 1 in just a few more moments. Let's go, Susie's Boys, says Ty Dickinson. You know it, Susie's Boys out there on the racetrack. John Fowler says, let's go, Bryce, number 84. Okay, I guess Ty too, laugh out loud. I guess so. What, don't you want me to name them all? No, you do you, Mama Bear. You do you. You want to name them all, you name them all. That's all that matters. As long as it fills your heart, you do what you gotta do, my girl. Don't you listen to Ty. Don't you listen to Ty. He doesn't run this chat. I run this chat. As Kara, Billy, Tabor coming in with the like on the stream. John Fowler coming in, dropping that thumbs up as well. My boy Bryce Bear, Bryce Dickinson with the like and the share on the broadcast as we get ready to set these drivers loose. We get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments as qualifying coming to a close. That means we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you're just tuning in over there on the YouTube channel as we continue to grow each and every day. Matt Fletchell says, I'm just here to hand out EOLs, eat a double cheeseburger, and have a Miller Lite. Listen, you know what? That doesn't sound like a bad night at all to me. That's for certain. That sounds like a good meal. I'm kind of hungry now. I'd eat a double cheeseburger and have a Miller Lite. That is for show. Tyler Briggs coming in with that like on the stream. What's good, Tyler? Tyler coming in showing the love. And my boy Justin Toll, Mr. JT coming in showing the love. What's good, Justin? Justin coming in showing the love here in this one. Jordan LaFawn, Mr. Laboon in the house here with the like on the stream. Tyler Robinson coming in with that like as well as Mo Bear says, I just want them all to know that I'm cheering them on. And that's lovely. I love that. And I'm sure they love it too. Ty may complain. We may joke about it, but you do you. You want to name them all, you name them all, Mama Bear. Sup, dude? What's up? Justin, what's up, Mr. Toll? How are you? How you been doing, brother? How you been doing? What you been up to, homie? As we get ready here, heat race number 1 about to get underway, as starting on the pole in the number 65 ride, that is James Murphy. To his outside in the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs, a 09 laser engraving P61, that is Josh Peacock. Starting in position number 3 in the 73, it is the Speed Ranch number 73 machine of River Burke. To his outside in the House of Speed, Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson, NLR number 84, that is Bryce Dickinson. Starting in position number 5 in the 0B machine, that is the Brad's Raps number 0B, the Mama Bear ride, that is Bradley Means. To his outside in the Black Diamond Mafia 09 laser engraving Sweet Tea Gang Papa Mike Promotions number 67. It's a tough spot to get a camera angle at, but that is the 67 ride of Ty Dickinson, starting in position number 6. Starting in position number 7 on the racetrack in the 07 ride, that is Christian White. Into his outside in the Majula Say Speed Shop Milner Median Designs Papa Mike Promotions number 09, that is Joshua Ely in the 09 laser engraving 09 machine. Starting in position number 9 in the 66 ride, that is Bobby Murray, and supposed to be bringing up the rear of the field in the 5H is Chris Hill in the Speed Ranch Cocky Fluid Consulting Dirty South Speed Shop number 5H machine. Unfortunately, Chris Hill not making it out there onto the racetrack. Oh shit, little brother on brother crime coming? Oh god. No domestics in here. No domestics in here. That's for certain. Yo, my boy Justin, Mr. Toll coming in, setting it off with the 50-star dono as we end all the anticipation here with heat race number 1. Our first green flag is gonna fly as James Murphy out in front. He's being tracked down right now from the 61 ride of Josh Peacock and Bryce Dickinson. Ty Dickinson there into position number 4 as he's quickly jumped up 2 spots and put himself into that 4th position as River Burke, Joshua Ely, Bradley Means, Bobby Murray, and Christian White round out the field here as Chris Hill still down pit side in the 5H ride. As James Murphy leads the way, we see a good battle starting to brew here for position number 2 as Bryce Dickinson looking down low, trying to get his Longhorn chassis and LR Grip Hackney Live number 84 ride up into position number 2 here as he battles battles door to door with the P61 of Josh Peacock. Ty Dickinson right there in position number 4, looking for more right here as a little bit of contact there between Bryce and Peacock, and he's looking to jump up into position number 3 now as he goes to work underneath that P61. The 73, a River Burke right there looking for a big run, and here comes Joshua Ely. Ely in the 09 laser engraving, Milner Median Designs, and number 09 ride right there in position number 6 on the racetrack, and he's looking to pick up a couple more spots and work himself up inside the top 5 as he takes a peek down low on River Burke here. It's a bit of a crossover out of Josh Peacock as he jumps down to the inside lane underneath the E&D Farms. Papa Mike Promotions, number 67 of Ty Dickinson. As James Murphy continuing to lead the way here out to a 1.3 second advantage now down the back straightaway over Bryce Dickinson and Ty Dickinson as they've worked themselves up into that second and third position on the racetrack, and they're duking it out back there for position number 4. River Burke going to jump up into that 4th position in the Black Diamond Mafia. Number 73 right as here comes Joshua Ely. Ely now around Josh Peacock for position number 5 on the racetrack, and Ely may not be done as he's looking again underneath of that 73 machine for that 4th position. Right there with them, Bradley Means has joined that battle here in the middle of the pack as Bobby Murray, Christian White, and unfortunately Chris Hill still off the racetrack there, bringing up the rear of the field as James Murphy out in front trying to set sail here, trying to run away from the rest of the pack as he's looking to try to finish this one off in a quick hurry. The laps slowly but surely getting clicked down with 2 more laps left to go. Here from Port Royal Speedway is down the back straightaway into corner number 3, nice and easy out of corner number 4. This time by the start finish line, we're going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for the 65 ride as out in front, James Murphy looking to get it done as the final time here at heat race number 1. Down the back straightaway into corner number 3. Nice and easy out of corner number 4, and it's going to be all James Murphy here in heat race number 1. Bryce Dickinson there in 2nd, Ty Dickinson there in 3rd. River Burke, Joshua Ely, Josh Peacock, Bradley Means, Christian White, Bobby Murray, and Chris Hill rounding out the field. Do they all go on? I do believe they all are going to move on here in this one. I don't think anyone's going to get sent home here this evening, Mama Bear. I think they're all going to get an opportunity to run in this feature event as Dylan Cribbs comes in, says good run, Bryce Dickinson. A good run there from both the both the Dickinson boys as drive that thing like you stole that, Brycey. He was driving it like he was. Dealing with the toothaches, says Justin Cole. Yeah, those are the worst, brother. Those are the worst. I swear, toothaches are always the worst. Always the worst. That is for certain. Come on, HOSNLR gang. Can't do Port Royal. Can't do Port Royal. Hold it down. Hold it down, he says for the HOS and NLR boys out there on the racetrack. Well, Brycey Bear with a good run right there, looking very smooth out there on the racetrack, but no one better than that 65 ride. They're in heat race number 1 as Dylan Cribbs, Charles Barnes, Clifford Bellamy, Jeff Dickinson, all coming in with the reactions here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow or subscribe button. And starting on the pole, it's Tyler Briggs. Down at corner number 4, going to see that green flag fly as he's got Eddie Farnes right there in position number 2. Jeremy Vaughn there in 3rd. Then you see Lawton Franks, Matt Taylor, Jeremy Akins, Dylan Murray, Brandon Blackman, Thomas Levister, and Aiden Schulte bringing up the rear of the field. As Eddie Farnes going to put the power down, and he's going to work the number 21 machine up into position number 1 here as he's able to work himself up and around the Black Diamond Mafia. Number 31 machine of Tyler Briggs. As Briggs back to position number 2 now has Lawton Franks in the iRacing iFlag. J&D Landscaping DWR ride right down to his inside as the top 3 starting to split away here is Matt Taylor looking to jump up and clear that 3 machine of Jeremy Vaughn. Vaughn trying to hold on here now as he's going to take a peek down low on that 15 ride as the Black Diamond Mafia, Papa Mike Promotions, 09 Laser Engraving, Majula Speed Shop, and number 15 of Matt Taylor up into position number 4 now. Vaughn still down low as here comes that 28 ride. Another Black Diamond Mafia. Majulis A Speed Shop right there in position number 6 on the racetrack. And Dylan Murray in his Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions ride there in position number 7. Thomas Levister, Aiden Schulte, and unfortunately Jeremy Vaughn down pits, or not Jeremy Vaughn, Jeremy Aikens in his DWR number 57 ride down pit side. A ton of damage here in that right front, absolutely obliterated on that 57 ride as he's trying to limp it back down pit side for his crew to go to work here, as they're going to have a lot of work to do before the start of this feature event. Eddie Farnes out in front. Lon Franks there in second as Tyler Briggs back to third. Here comes Matt Taylor there in position number 4, looking for Morris. Him in the 3 ride, make a little bit of contact there. Jeremy Vaughn getting bent out of shape here and may lose another spot to the 28 ride as he powers down through corner number 3 and 4, and he holds on to position number 5 on the racetrack, and he's going back to work trying to find a way underneath of that 15 of Matt Taylor. Eddie Farnes out in front, continuing to just lead the way, continue to click these laps off and starting to stretch out his lead now in that 21 ride. Lon Franks right there in position number 2. How do you do as he's trying to run up and catch our race leader here in this one as Tyler Briggs sliding backwards here ever so slightly in that number 31 ride. This is the 31, the Team CFM Esports Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions number 31 of Tyler Briggs back to position number 3 now. He's got his teammate Matt Taylor right there behind him in the 28 ride of Brandon Blackman trying to jump up into position number 5 here, but Jeremy Vaughn in that House of Speed Heartland Harley Davidson NLR number 3 ride right there in the thick of things here, right in a bit of a Black Diamond Mafia sandwich here as he's got 2 in front of him and 2 right there behind him, and here comes 1 right down to his inside as the 28 ride trying to make a good run there as the white flag has been displayed. So this time out of corner number 4, it's all the 21 of Eddie Farnes as Farnes picks up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Lon Franks, Tyler Briggs, Matt Taylor, Jeremy Vaughn, Brandon Blackman, Dylan Murray, Thomas Levister, Jeremy Aikens, and the rest of the field there in heat race number 2 on the evening, as we'll get these drivers out there onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session here from Port Royal Speedway, the Speed Palace, as you get a good look around the racetrack and see the beautiful sights of this beautiful, very well designed racetrack. Man, this place is absolutely beautiful, and iRacing did a very, very good job with this racetrack, making everything look perfect out there on the track, and this place is very, very racy, especially when you jump into these sprint cars or late models. Even the UMPs now are very, very racy here at Port Royal, and this place has the name the Speed Palace for a reason, because you can get hooked up there around the outside of the racetrack and find some big speed, some big momentum. We've seen some big passes here in the past on that outside lane as Port Royal Speedway. Such a beautiful racetrack. Mama Bear coming in with all the let's goes for the drivers there in heat race number 2, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to roll out onto the racetrack here. As you see these drivers down on the front straightaway, they're rolling up onto the the pit and exit here. They're looking to try to jump out onto the racetrack. They're waiting for our race officials to give them the get up and go, and letting them roll out onto the racetrack here in a few more moments as they'll all get lined up and ready for their warm-up session to make sure their cars are absolutely perfect, absolutely ready to rock and roll here. As see the 3 riders rolling the inside of the racetrack here. Let's see if we can get a good look there at Jeremy Vaughn as he continues to just roll around the track here, having some fun out there on the racetrack in the Heartland Harley Davidson House of Speed Papa Mike Promotions NLR machine, as he's looking to have some fun down there on the back straightaway as he decided to take the walking lane here. I don't even know what that would be, the safety vehicle lane down around the inside, as the rest of the field starting to get allowed onto the racetrack here as they're going to start rolling around here just a little bit. We're going to see if they get put out onto the racetrack, as I believe that was Eddie Farnes possibly at the front of the pack there, ready to rock and roll and ready to go to battle here, as we can get another look at these drivers down pit side here. Alrighty, there you go. You get a good look at them here, waiting patiently down in corner number 1, looking for a way to rock and roll here. As keeps freezing, my guy. You're good now, though. It could just be your cell phone dying. It's probably just your cell phone, brother. Everything's good. No, it looks like I got a couple Couple drop frames there, but I don't know why that would be, but looks good now. Looks like everything's fine. Everything should be fine, or it's just Facebook being Facebook, doing Facebook things, as Facebook likes to always seem to mess with stuff and make our life a little bit more miserable here, as we'll get everything stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments. Our main feature event right around the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't go anywhere, as these drivers about to jump onto the racetrack here for their warm-up session, and then we're going to go right to racing action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. As our main feature event about to get underway, these drivers getting loaded into the sim down here on the front straightaway at Port Royal Speedway. It is the best of the best tour about to get into action here for our main feature event, as starting on the pole in the 65 ride, that is James Murphy. To his outside in the 21 machine, that is Eddie Farnes, and down on the inside of row number 2 in the NLR Grip Hackney number 84 ride is the House of Speed machine. The Papa Mike Promotions Heartland Harley Davidson ride, that is Bryce Dickinson, starting there in position number 3. To his outside in the DWR JRE iRacing iFlag number 10 ride, that is Lon Franks. Starting in position number 5 in the Black Diamond Mafia 09 Laser Engraving Papa Mike Promotions number 67, that is Ty Dickinson. To his outside in the 31 ride, that is the Black Diamond Mafia Majula Safe Speed Shop Team CFM Esports number 31 of Tyler Briggs. Starting in position number 7 in the Black Diamond Mafia number 73, that is River Birkin. To his outside in the Papa Mike Promotions 09 Laser Engraving number 15, that is Matt Taylor. Starting in position number 9 in the 09, it's the 09 Laser Engraving Majula Safe Speed Shop and Milner Media and Designs ride, that is Joshua Ely. To his outside in the House of Speed, NLR, Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson number 3 ride. That is Jeremy Vaughn rounding out our top 10. The JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports 61 of Josh Peacock there in 11th with Brandon Blackman, Bradley Means, Dylan Murray, Christian White, Thomas Levister, Aiden Schulte, Bobby Murray, Jeremy Akins rounding out the field as 19 drivers go to battle here from Port Royal as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from the Speed Palace Port Royal Speedway. Down into quarter number 3, James Murphy going to lead us down and out of quarter number 4 as he looks to lead lap number 1. Murphy out in front, clicking off the first lap here on the evening. Eddie Farnes right there in position number 2 is door-to-door. Back there behind him is Bryce Dickinson and Lon Franks go to battle here for that 3rd position on the racetrack. They're looking to try to go a little 3 wide. It's almost some contact there. Eddie Farnes having to catch that ride as he almost got clipped from that 10 machine of Lon Franks. Tyler Briggs up into position number 5 now as the 84 gets tight there through quarter number 1 and 2, washes up the racetrack, allows that 31 of Tyler Briggs to roll around him. So Briggs up the 4th as Bryce Dickinson slides back to that 5th position. River Burke working to the outside here of that number 67 ride. He's going to make the pass down the front straightaway as Ty Dickinson unfortunately struggling here right in the middle of a little bit of a 3-wide battle there. Joshua Ely was working down to his inside. Matt Taylor there to his outside. Here comes Brandon Blackman now up inside the top 10 in the 28 machine as well. As Blackman there in 10th working himself around the 09 laser engraving ride of Joshua Ely as Ely getting some contact there, almost going around. A couple good hits right there to his back bumper to see the 28 bent out of shape down into quarter number 3. Here comes Bradley Means, the 3 machine of Jeremy Vaughn, Dylan Murray, Josh Peacock, all right there ready to pounce. Christian White there in the 15th position with Thomas Levister, Bobby Murray, Aiden Schulte, and Jeremy Akins bringing up the rear of the field in the DWR number 57 ride. As out in front, James Murphy continuing to lead the way. Murphy out in front showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one as Lon Franks right there in position number 2, trying to hang right there with them. Not letting him run away with it, but he's trying to figure out a way to run down this 65 ride. He may be able to catch him, but then he's got to try to figure out a way to jump up and get around that number 65 machine here this evening. Eddie Farnes sliding back to 3rd here as you see some good battle and still deeper in the field here as Tyler Briggs and Bryce Dickinson continue to duke it out back here for that 4th position. Matt Taylor and Brandon Blackman have both been poking their nose into that battle as here comes the 0B of Bradley Means now up into position number 8. As Means there in that 8th position, looking good, looking strong out there on the racetrack as they all keep on getting along here. Caution free and everyone doing a great job here in the opening laps of this feature event. As James Murphy continuing to lead the way here. Murphy out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done as he continues to click the laps off. Now starting to see Lon Franks have some competition. Here's the 21 ride of Eddie Farnes trying to take a peek down low and underneath of that 10 machine as they're starting to run away here from the rest of the field as they had a good gap all the way back to our 4th place driver here, the 31 ride of Tyler Briggs, and then he's got a bit of a gap between himself and the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson as Bryce Dickinson right there in position number 5. Brandon Blackman on his back bumper with Joshua Ely, Bradley Means, Matt Taylor, and Josh Peacock. Now rounding out our top 10 here is River Burke, Ty Dickinson, Jeremy Vaughn all sliding backwards as River Burke trying to take a look down low here, trying to get a good run through the middle of corner 1 and 2. Now the 67 rider, Ty Dickinson in the E&D Farms. Black Diamond Mafia, Papa Mike Promotions, Majulis A Speed Shop, 67 ride working to the inside there, gets a little bit loose coming off of corner number 4, had to get onto the binders there and off the throttle, and now we see our first caution flag of the fly. Bradley Means goes around right in front of Ty Dickinson, and the caution flag will fly. We saw somebody lose a tire right there as well, as we saw a tire rolling around there as Bradley Means unfortunately going to go around here. We'll take a look and see what happened to some tight racing here. About that 8th place on the racetrack, and unfortunately looks like they just finally run out of room as you go, the 0B just going to get a little shot right there from that number 15 of Matt Taylor, as I don't think Taylor was expecting him to check up, and there you go, losing that left front tire as it sits there on corner number 2 there. Crew's going to have to go over there and pick that tire up and get it off the racetrack before we go back to green flag racing. But we'll take another look at this and see what happened here. It's just an unfortunate break for the number 0B ride as he sends it into the corner. I don't think he expected a little contact right there as he was trying to shoot it down to the middle here. He saw that contact, tried to get onto the binders there and trying to drive it down the racetrack to avoid what might have happened there in front of him and just anticipating the worst and unfortunately getting the worst there as there's Ty Dickinson driving head on into that 0B machine as we'll jump right on board here with Ty Dickinson and see what he sees here from the cockpit of this 67 ride as he kind of just had nowhere to go, rolling that inside lane and unfortunately drives right into the 0B of Bradley Means here. There goes Means right in front of him, and bam, nowhere for him to go. Just tees him up and shoots him right there. An unfortunate break right there for the 67 and the 0B ride as we will get them all lined up and ready to go back to green flag racing. We do see the 15 of Matt Taylor unfortunately getting that EOL and going to the rear of the field here as well in the Team CFM Esports and number 15 machine. A beautiful looking ride right there as the autism awareness ride looking very fresh out there on the racetrack. A beautiful looking ride here for Matt Taylor as and that thing is a beautiful looking car and we like it. We like it. It's beautiful. Beautiful looking ride right there for Matt Taylor out there on the track as we'll get him ready to rock and roll. We'll get ready to go back to green flag racing as Dylan says, I don't know if it's me or the stream, but I'm freezing a lot. You're freezing a lot, eh? Yeah, it could be the stream. It could be Facebook. I'm not 100% sure. It should be fine. I don't know what's going on with it. Everything else is looking good. Everything is in performance mode. It should be running smoothly here. So if you are experiencing it, try leaving the broadcast, then coming back in. It might kind of refresh itself and get better there as we are back to green flag racing. Here in this one as the green flag quickly back out into the air here for these drivers as they go back to battle. They duke it out here once again here in this one as some great racing action up and around the racetrack here at Port Royal Speedways. James Murphy out in front. See a good battle brewing here again for position number 2 as Eddie Farnes looking to jump up and take that spot away from Lon Franks. Frank's going to get a good run there on the outside as he's going to stay there in position number 2. Eddie Farnes is going to have to try to mount another challenge on that 10 machine, and that's exactly what the 65 ride of James Murphy wants to see. He wants to see those guys continue to duke it out back there for position number 2 and allow him to try to stretch out his lead and try to run away with this one. As Lon Franks there in second, Eddie Farnes there in third, Brandon Blackman having a great run now up into fourth here as he rolls around the outside of the 31 ride of Tyler Briggs. The 61 machine of Josh Peacock going to go with him up into position number 5 now as they've been working themselves up through the field here as Bryce Dickinson back there in the 7th position. Joshua Ely there in 8th. Dylan Murray now up into position number 9 and Jeremy Vaughn there rounding out our top 10. River Berg in 11th with Christian White, Jeremy Akins, Bradley Means, Ty Dickinson, Thomas Levisser, Bobby Murray, Matt Taylor, Nathan Schulte rounding out the top 19 here in this one. As Schulte off the racetrack, a tough break there for the 19 machine as he is off the track and down pit side. I think he's got that car back behind the wall there, so a tough break for that number 19 machine here this evening. Is out in front. James Murphy continuing to lead the way here. Murphy out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. Here in this one is Lon Franks right there in position number 2. Eddie Farnes there in third, holding on to that third position, but he's got a very fast cat right there on his back bumper. Is the Majula Safe Speed Shop, Black Diamond Mafia, number 28 of Brandon Blackman looking to try to work himself up inside the top 3. He's already worked up 8 positions here on the racetrack, started back in position number 12 and finds himself now in position number 4 and looking for more out there on the racetrack is Josh Peacock with a great drive there in position number 5 on the racetrack is Tyler Briggs back to his starting position there in that 6th position with Joshua Ely, Dylan Murray, Bryce Dickinson sliding backwards down 6 spots into position number 9 on the racetrack, and then Jeremy Vaughn rounding out our top 10 in the Heartland Harley-Davidson NLR Papa Mike Promotions number 3 ride as he tries to hold off River Burke. As Burke right there in position number 11 on the racetrack, trying to work himself up inside the top 10 as here comes Bradley Means trying to storm back up through the field here as He's worked himself around Christian White and Jeremy Aikens right there. Ty Dickinson back in the 15th position in his E&D Farms. Number 67 ride is Thomas Levister, the 22 there in 16th. Matt Taylor back there in the 17th position. Bobby Murray there in 18th. Aiden Schulte and Chris Hill both off the racetrack. As James Murphy out in front, continue to lead the way here, has about half a second lead. All over the 10 ride of Lon Franks, as Franks right there in position number 2. Another run here where the 65 ride's been able to just set out in front here, just sitting comfortably, having a decent couple car length lead here. Hasn't had to push that car too hard, but the 10 ride of Lon Franks sticking right there with him, trying to keep that pressure on the back bumper of that 65. Excuse me, there had a little bit of a cough there, Chad, is James Murphy, Lon Franks, 1 and 2. A good gap back to our third place driver, Eddie Farnes. There's about a 1.8 second gap here between that second and third place driver. Here's Eddie Farnes trying to hunt down our front 2 drivers. See Josh Peacock battling here with Brandon Blackman for position number 4 as Peacock gets up into the outside wall there ever so slightly, opens up the door here again for the 28 ride to jump up into that spot of some contact back there behind him. Joshua Ely trying to hang on to it there. Dylan Murray nowhere to go as he gets his 3 machine right there underneath of that 09 laser engraving ride of Joshua Ely, as Ely had to hang on to is now Josh Peacock sliding back to position number 6 as here comes that Dylan Murray ride and the 31 of Tyler Briggs as they're both right there trying to keep on battling here for that 7th position on the racetrack, trying to figure out a way to jump up and back around Josh Peacock here on the racetrack as we do see our second caution flag fly here on the evening. Our second caution flag going to come out here in this one as we will take a look back and see what happened here. As Bobby Murray running into some issues here in the 66 ride, hard up into the outside wall, and unfortunately nothing he's trying to do. It looks like that right front already tore apart. There's our race leaders strolling by him here as he's struggling coming down the front straightaway. He's going to try to hit this car down pit side here and off the racing surface for these drivers not to get tied up in it, as we'll take another look back and see what happened here to the 66 as he was definitely struggling pretty hard out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, some pretty good damage already on that 66 ride, and I think he's just going to get up and pancake the wall, and unfortunately, as that happens, just tears that right front, all the shreds here as, yeah, right there, gets up into the wall, then hard into the wall at a corner number 4, and that just tears this car apart, and that right front already tore off there, and there goes our race leaders just narrowly avoiding him. Good heads-up driving there by James Murphy in the 10 ride of Lon Franks as we will get them all ready to rock and roll. We'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one as Murphy continuing to lead the way here in this one. Lon Franks there in second, Eddie Farnes, Brandon Blackman, Joshua Ely rounding out our top 5. Josh Peacock there in 6th with Tyler Briggs, Dylan Murray, Bryce Dickinson, and Bradley Means rounding out our top 10. River Burke in 11th with Jeremy Vaughn, Christian White, Jeremy Aikens, and Ty Dickinson rounding out our top 15. Then you see Thomas Levister, Matt Taylor, Bobby Murray, Aiden Schulte, and Chris Hill rounding out the field here in this one. As Murphy looking to stay the reflection of perfection here in this one. The only driver to lead every single lap here, in this feature event this evening. No one's been able to jump up and steal one away from him here, but we may see it late in this race. Can the 65 ride hold on and keep all these drivers back there at bay as we see the pace truck make the hard left-hand turn back down pit side here on the back straightaway, and that is going to hand this one over to our race leader, the 65 of James Murphy, as Murphy looking to jump onto the loud pedal, looking to try to run away with this one, trying to put that number 65 up here in the Speed Palace of Victory Lane here today as back to green flag racing here from Port Royal Speedway. Down on the bottom side, you see the 21 looking for a big run as the caution flag does come right back out here in this one as I think the caution flag is going to come right back out as I do believe Bobby Murray rejoining the field here, and I do believe that will bring the caution flag possibly back out. Interesting here. Interesting. I don't see Bobby Murray's car on the racetrack. That's what it's showing me here. Let's take a look and see. I don't know. where they're saying this caution flag came from. I don't know if the admin threw that caution or whatnot, but I don't know. I didn't see anything deeper in the field. Let's take a look here. Oh, Brandon, no, the 73 ride right there going around. There you go. River Burke having a tough break right there. As we'll take a look here and see what happens to the 73 machine as River Burke just trying to hang on to that ride, and unfortunately just going to get underneath of Bryce Dickinson, get a little squirrely. The 07 going to give him a shot there as well, and then bounce it off the inside wall there in corner number 4, spins it around, and that will bring that caution flag back out. A tough break right there for River Burke, trying to have himself a good run there, and unfortunately that one's going to go astray in a quick hurry as we'll get this field ready to rock and roll and go back to battle here, as I do believe they're waiting for the official iRacing pace truck to catch up and go back around them there. As there you go, you see the pace truck driver finally catching up to the field here and getting them all back there behind them and ready to rock and roll here once again, as some crazy restarts here in this 65 ride, having some nervous times, knowing that there's some very fast drivers back there behind him looking to try to jump up and knock him off the top spot here in this one. And these restarts, bringing them all back to his rear bumper, making things that much more nerve-wracking here this evening for James Murphy, as Murphy looking to go back to green flag racing this next time by out of corner number 4. Nathan Corpening Racing coming in with that like on the stream. Johnny Nolan coming in with that like on the broadcast as well. How are you, Johnny? How are you, Nathan? Coming in, showing the love here in this one as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. This time through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. The 65 of James Murphy. Going to see that green flag fly here once again as we almost see another caution flag on the restart as the 09 trying to hang on to it. Now the 31 ride. Nowhere to go as a bit of a broken up restart right there, and an unfortunate break for Tyler Briggs, an unfortunate break there for Ty Dickinson as they get tied up in it as we get a battle at the front of the field. The slide job out of the 21 couldn't quite pull the trigger, is now beating and banging and laying in on each other down the front straightaway. The 10 ride, Alon Frank trying to hold on to position number 2 is Eddie Farnes looking to try to jump up and take that second spot away. He's going to take another big run down into corner number 3, looking to slide the 10 ride. Now Lon Franks up into the outside wall. Everyone getting a little squirrely as the 21 ride of Eddie Farnes now up into position number 2. Brandon Blackman there in third, is door to door back there for position number 4. Hard into the inside wall goes Josh Peacock. Peacock hard into the inside wall. Bryce Dickinson gonna get collected in this one, and we get a big wreck down here on the back straightaway at Port Royal Speedway. The caution flag coming out. Josh Peacock getting bounced around deeper in the field here. Up into position number 4 here, trying to take that 4th spot away from Lon Franks. And unfortunately, they're just going to get tight off of corner number 4. He gets onto the binders there ever so slightly. Unfortunately, Dylan Murray couldn't get checked up in time. Kind of hooks him, sends him down into that infield wall. And look at that car up off all 4 tires there, flying through the air, and unfortunately flies right back into the middle of the racetrack, right in front of Bryce Dickinson in another big hit right there for Josh Peacock. As we're going to jump right on board here with that 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson to see what he sees here as that caution flag flies. He's rolling down the back straightaway, hoping to avoid it, trying to stay out of trouble here. Unfortunately, trouble lands right on his lap here on the back straightaway. Take a good look here on the 84 ride. Yeah, just unfortunately nowhere for him to go as you see how quickly this all happens. Coming out of corner number 2 here for this number 84 ride, and there you go, the 61 hard down into the inside wall, then rolls right back up into him. He's trying to drive up and around him. Unfortunately, nowhere for him to go, and a heavy hit right there for Bryce Dickinson as he takes his car down pit side, and a tough break for him there in that one as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing as Nathan says he's doing all right. I like to hear that. I like to hear you're doing all right, brother. That is always good as Nathan coming in with that share on the stream as well as we'll get him ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll go back to battle here in this one as out in front, James Murphy looking for the green flag once again out of corner number 4. I do believe we may be going to single file restarts here. That is what it looks like as the lights are off that official iRacing pace truck. We are not going to stack them up 2 by 2 by 2. So we are going to go back to green flag racing here, single file. here to finish off this evening as, oh man, some great racing action throughout this one, man. We've seen some great battles and already some great slide jobs, and I don't think we're done with it yet here. James Murphy knows that he's seen that 21 ride throw some big moves, some big shots down underneath the number 10 ride, and he may not be done as he hits the restart perfectly here, and that's what he needed. As the green flag back out into the air, but here comes Eddie Farnes. Farnes, no slouch. He's not scared to throw it in there. He drives it in deep, trying to find a good run underneath that 65 run. Unfortunately, couldn't get it as here comes Brandon Blackman down to the inside of that 21 machine as the 28 going to settle back there in position number 3. Here comes the 3 ride of Jeremy Vaughn working himself up towards the front of the field. Here is the Heartland Harley-Davidson NLR Papa Mike Promotions. It was the speed number 3 ride up into position number 4 on the racetrack. The 10, Alon Frank, trying to work himself back around him. Some contact. Bradley Means up into the outside wall. They go for a loop-de-loop, and the caution flag will fly. Heavy contact there for Jeremy Akins, as well as Jeremy Akins, Bradley Means, and Lon Franks all coming together right there as the caution flag flying here once again is unfortunately just running out of room here as these drivers slide up the racetrack. The 10 ride up there on the extreme high side. The 0B getting in there as well. You see Joshua Ely getting a little piece of that, but able to just narrowly avoid it as the 10 ride parked right on top of Lon Franks as they bounce around and spin around there. Everyone trying to avoid him. The 10 ride shoots down the racetrack and unfortunately right in front of the 57 of Jeremy Akins. Some heavy damage there to the DWR 57 ride. As we'll take another look at it here, we'll jump right on board with that 10 ride and see what he sees up on the high side of corner number 4 here in this 10 machine as oh man, things got tight in a quick hurry, and unfortunately he got a ton of damage, and Bradley Means getting tied up in another one here as they're just going to battle here through corner number 3 and 4. You see the 10 ride looking to the outside of the 3 ride right there, and then it's up into the wall. Then all of a sudden here comes Bradley Means right on top of him, and nothing he could do. A tough break right there. A couple tough hits and a couple tough competitors unfortunately getting tied up in that one as we will go back to green flag racing here. James Murphy once again out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done late in this one as he's just hitting these restarts perfectly, trying to get a lap or 2 in, holding these drivers off, and then seeing the caution flags helping them possibly here, but also trying to hurt them here as he's going to give these drivers right there behind him another shot to get a good restart on them, to really be able to try to throw it underneath of them and dice things up here to the front of the field. And that's the last thing I think he wants. I think he wants to just try to have this one go clean and green, get a good jump, a good lead, and just to try to run away with it and keep these drivers back there at bay. But each and every one of these restarts bringing these drivers closer and closer and closer to his back bumper, and another opportunity here for Eddie Farnes, Brandon Blackman, Jeremy Vaughn, and Joshua Ely to try to jump up and knock this 65 ride off the top spot here this evening. Nice slow pace down the back straightaway into corner number 3. That number 65 looking for a good restart here out of corner number 4 as he's going to see the green flag back out into the air, and he gets another good restart over Eddie Farnes. As Farnes going to try to track him down, going to try to catch up to that 65 ride. As see the 65 change up his line there ever so slightly through 1 and 2, trying to block a lane there for that 21 ride to really try to throw a giant slide job if he was able to stay right there with him. As the 65 ride searching around the racetrack, and everyone back there behind him trying to search for a way to jump up here and knock this 65 ride off the top spot. Is Eddie Farnes there in second, Brandon Blackman there in third, Jeremy Vaughn there in position number 4. Looking for more is Joshua Ely trying to work down to his inside. Ely's going to throw it down low, roll off to the middle lane here, and they're going to go door to door off corner number 4, but that outside momentum going to pay off here for that 3 machine as the caution flag going to come back out here in this one. Looks like Bobby Murray having some issues here again as Bobby Murray down low on the bottom side of the racetrack through corner 3 and 4. And Lon Franks already up into the outside fence there. Unfortunately, Franks in that outside wall. You see Jeremy Akins just getting a good run, comes up door to door with him out at corner number 4 here, and just Unfortunately for Jeremy, he sees that happening, trying to get onto the binders and trying to avoid that 10 ride. Shoots down the racetrack over the 66, and this is going to send that 66 ride down into the inside wall here. Some pretty heavy damage right there as he gets nosed in and turned around, and then he sits there trying to get that car turned back around on the front straightaway, and unfortunately takes a little while to get these things into gear as there goes our race leader, just narrowly avoiding this 66 ride again, and that was a close one. That was a close call right there, and luckily enough, that caution flag being thrown before anyone else got a piece of that 66 ride, as we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. The 65 out in front. James Murphy looking for another perfect restart. Looking to try to hit his marks and run away with the checkered flag here today in this Best of the Best Tour. This is the Best Tour live from Port Royal Speedway. We are back to green flag racing. The green flag coming back in. Some contact deeper in the field. There is Jeremy Vaughn and the 09 ride of Joshua Ely coming together right there. A little bit of contact on that restart as James Murphy leads the way down the back straightaway, but we are going to see the caution flag fly here once again, as it looks like Lon Franks has some more issues in that 10 ride as Franks down low. Looks like he may just drive it into the inside wall here. I'm not sure what happened here to the 10 ride as he sends it in down the bottom side, gets a big piece of that inside wall, drives up the racetrack into the outside wall, goes upside down there on his lid. You see body panels, tires rolling around there, and unfortunately, he's going to take that 10 car off the racetrack, and that'll bring out another caution flag and another restart here for James Murphy to have to try to hold these drivers off. Last time, the 21 rider Eddie Farnes had a good run right there and almost stuck right with Murphy here as Murphy still out in front. Been that reflection of perfection all evening long. He's led every single lap up to this point, and he's going to try to finish this one out strong, trying to pick up the checkered flag here today in this one. As the laps counted down, the base truck making the hard left-hand turn back down pit side. We should be getting ready here for a green-white checkered finish, unless if we see another caution flag fly before that checkered flag is down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's looking for a big jump here over the 21 ride of Eddie Farnes. Farnes not being able to hang with him there, gives up a few car lengths down into corner number 1. Farnes going to have to try to find that speed here, trying to find that lane to jump back up and re-challenge this 65 ride for the win here this evening. Is Farnes there in second. Brandon Blackman right there in third. Is a little contact back there behind him as Christian White's worked himself now up into position number 5 on the racetrack. Jeremy Vaughn right there in front of him in position number 4. Tyler Briggs, River Burke. You see the 22 ride of Thomas Levister there, as well as the white flag has been displayed. So for the final time, down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, it's all the 65 ride of James Murphy as he picks up the checkered flag here from Port Royal Speedway in the Best of the Best Tour. Here this evening, he picks up the checkered flag and he will park his ride down in the Speed Palace of Victory Lane here at Port Royal Speedways. What a run and what a drive for James Murphy as he was able to be the reflection of perfection, leading every lap in this feature event in parking that 65 ride up here in Victory Lane. Eddie Farnes gave him a run for his money here on those restarts, coming home in position number 2, and Brandon Blackman with a great run, picking up 9 spots on the racetrack to come home in position number 3. As it's all James Murphy here in this one as Murphy picks up the win. Murphy parks it down in Victory Lane. We're going to get ready to pull our top 3 up into the Discord here for their post-race interviews. Alrighty, as we get ready to pull these drivers up into the booth here, post-race interviews about to get underway here. As we'll get these drivers up into the booth. I do see Eddie up there. I'm waiting for the rest of the top 3 to join the waiting room here as we're waiting for James Murphy and Brandon Blackman to get in on the action there. As we'll wait and see. See if we can get these drivers up into the booth and some post-race interviews rocking and rolling here as Eddie Farnes is down here pit side waiting for his post-race interview, so we may pull Eddie in first. So we're going to pull in our second place finisher here first. Eddie Farnes waiting patiently here. We're going to pull Eddie up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Eddie, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
I do.
Eddie, my boy, a great run and a great drive here as you come home in position number 2, but it was hard-fought racing action out there this evening as you and Lon Franks duked it out for quite a while there. You had Brandon Blackman, Jeremy Vaughn, all right there trying to take that second spot away from you, and at the same time as you were trying to play defense and keep those drivers back there behind you, you were trying to hunt down and figure out a way to get around that 65 right at James Murphy. Unfortunately, you couldn't find the run that you needed to be able to jump up and make the move to get around him here, but you were able to hang with him there a couple of times, able to put the pressure onto his back bumper. Unfortunately, though, that 65 right picture perfect here this evening and able to get it done here tonight, man. Who would you like to, take us back through this race and everything that happened out there with all the beating and banging and battling there for that top 3?
Yeah, no, that was fun. It was weird early in the race when I think James got into the wall and came down, and I didn't realize it. Somehow that little contact we had gave me wheel damage, so I was actually turning right the whole race to go straight. Somehow we were able to keep it straight, but so dealing with that, and then that was Port Royal. I was telling Matt, I mean, Port Royal was one of those tracks where the racing can actually be really good, just no one runs here, and tonight was kind of that example. It wasn't around the top like it used to be. That bottom worked really good, for the most part, and then it went to that slider line, and I think I showed James that slider line a little too early because once I finally got around lawn, then we had too many cautions, and I showed James that slider line, and he started using it, and I wasn't able to get around him. But no, all in all, that was fun. Like I said, I like this track because no one runs here a lot, so I was excited to be able to jump in here tonight. And actually, I didn't realize they were a week behind, so I was actually practicing for big blocks at Lucas Oil because this is the first week I jumped in here. I got to thank Ty and Matt for letting me jump in. And so I was practicing big blocks all day and found out we're going to Port Royal for the late models, which I love the pro late models, especially fix. It's really a driver's car. So, no, that was fun. I just got to thank them for letting me jump in here and racing with you guys, with them.
Absolutely, a lot of fun out there on the racetrack. A pretty even playing field for all these drivers with the fixed setups, and then it comes all down to driver ability out there on the racetrack. And we saw a lot of great racing action throughout the evening, but you come up one spot shy here of the checkered flag in this one. Is a great run and a great drive here for you, Eddie. Who would you like to thank for a second place run here tonight?
Yeah, of course. I got to thank Mountain View Plumbing, D-Way Pro Wrestling, Prime Group Pet Grooming, Cedarscapes, amazing screen printing and embroidery. They're a new sponsor I jumped on. Real life sponsors. I always put them on my iRacing car. So just all of them. Shout out to the real life sponsors that, like I said, I got to thank Matt and Ty for letting me come in here, and you for broadcasting, as always, putting on a good show.
Absolutely, brother Eddie. We got one more question here for you. Matt Fletcher wants to know how many White Claws did you down there during the race?
Hey, man, I sent him a picture before how many we had lined up, and I'm on the last one. So I told him it was going to be a race where I either had one or I had all 3.
Well, we had about 7 or 8 caution flags there, so I'm assuming you're down at least 1 per caution.
It was, especially those last 10, I at least went through 2.
Beauty. Well, Eddie, congratulations. A great run and a great drive, and we can't wait to see you back out there in the next one.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Eddie Farnes. Is Eddie coming home here in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there out of the 21 machine. As we'll get ready to pull in the 28 machine here as James Murphy, unfortunately in a different league here, had to go in for drivers meeting. So he had to jump over there to the other Discord. Unfortunately, won't be up here for a post-race interview. So no post-race interview from our race winner here this evening as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, Brandon Blackman, here for his post-race interview. Hey, Brandon, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, a great run and a great drive here as you're able to pick up 9 spots on the racetrack there. Almost a hard charger here in this one, but kind of 1 spot shy there for that award. But man, a great drive as you're able to work yourself up and around a lot of very, very fast, tough competitors here early on in this race. And then you slowly but surely click them off and work yourself up into that 3rd position. And it was a bit of a sketchy one there as we saw a lot of beating and banging, a lot of tough battling out there on the racetrack, and a few times where you had to kind of save that car out there on the racetrack, try to keep it out of trouble there as drivers bouncing off each other right in front of you or right around you or right off of you out there on the racetrack.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun. It was a little hairy, but hey, we got through it.
Absolutely got through it, and you're able to pull that number 28 right up here into position number 3 up on the podium. Brandon, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Oh yeah, we gotta thank Ty and Matt for putting this thing on. Black Diamond Mafia. Hey, couldn't do it without them.
Absolutely, brother. Brandon, a great run and a great drive, and we look forward to seeing you back out there in the next one as we'll go into the big block modifieds and see you go back to battle and see if you can work yourself up here for another podium finish and maybe a couple spots better and park that 28 right up here in victory lane.
That's right. Hey, we had a few tough calls, but we're working our way up there.
Absolutely getting better and better every single race, and a force we reckon with here for the rest of the series and into Season 3 here of the Best of the Best Tour.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Brandon Blackman. As Brandon coming home here in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there in that number 28 machine. Sorry, a little bit of a blank right there. Reading Discord real quick. Yeah, unfortunately, Ty, I don't think he's in our Discord. I'm not sure. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what a run, what a drive, and what a finish right there, man. These guys put on another great show and great race here for us this evening as they all duked it out there on the racetrack. They all went to battle. They all went to war, lap after lap after lap, putting on a heck of a show and a heck of a race here for each and every one of us to enjoy. As my boy Anthony Karp coming in with that like and the share as well. How are you, Anthony? Anthony coming in, showing the love here in this one. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to call it there on that note. I can't thank you guys enough for coming in, tuning in, and showing the love here throughout the evening. Everyone coming in with the likes, comments, the shares, any of the star senders, new subscribers, or anyone coming in showing the love over there on Twitch and YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you guys all back here either later on tonight, or I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow for some more racing action or possibly a little bit of Call of Duty gameplay. We might fire up the old Call of Duty here later on this evening. We may go to bed early and hop on tomorrow for some afternoon games. It's undecided as of right now, but we may hop on and do some afternoon games tomorrow with some of the boys and get some action in there on the old joysticks and see what we can do before Tuesday, where we'll be hopping on and doing some micro sprint racing. We may hook the wheel up and jump in and do some micro sprint racing ourselves and maybe do a couple broadcasts there for people to jump in and have some fun with and everything else. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all back here in the next one. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.